This is the Travel and Adventure Show in New York City, in Jacob Javits Center, all the way down in 11th Avenue, right by the West Side Highway, and next to Hudson Yards in full glory, all these tall skyscrapers. But what is the Travel and Adventure Show? Welcome everyone, I'm Ariel, this is Urbanist, and this has been running for many, many years. It also runs in multiple cities around America. I came here like 6 or 7 years ago. It's been a long time. And the main purpose is really for different destinations to showcase what they're about and for people to learn about travel, how to travel, travel tips, and many things related to travel. And to a lesser extent, it's about travel professionals as well, like myself. We're gonna walk around, see the booths, see what destinations are represented here, and catch glimpses of a few of the speakers, including a speaker that is on the stage right now, who is one of my favorite travel personalities of all time. I've mentioned that I appreciate Anthony Bourdain, may he rest in peace, but there's another travel personality out there that I think really captures the heart of travel, especially to one of my favorite areas of the world, Europe. Let me know if you guess who it is. But let's walk around. Welcome everyone, nice to see you here. Yeah, I had some technical issues. They changed the app recently, so things were freaking out on me. Making guesses, oh I love this. There's gonna be music here also, so hopefully this video won't be blocked, which happened to me unfortunately last time. I'll try to not mute as much as I can, unless if I hear the dreaded Taylor Swift, then we have to mute at all costs. Let me know how you're doing. But Marianne guessed correctly. It is indeed Rick Steves, and he's down here. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's check him out. A huge show, lots of people here. We're gonna walk around a bit more slowly after we catch first a glimpse of Rick Steves. I think his talk ends around 12 noon. Hello, Mika. Nice to see you here. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. Nabul, Susie, let me know how you doing. How's life? How's everyone? Oh, yeah, there he is. Hello, Michelle. Welcome. Hello, Nabul.
All the way at the end, the rhino booth.
Hello, everyone. Let me know, have you ever been to the Travel and Adventure Show? This is open to the general public. This is not really a professional conference. It's more of a consumer-oriented conference. Tickets for 1 day is a little bit more than $19. Tickets for 2 days is $28. And there he is, the man, the myth, the legend himself. I bet a lot of Americans know this man, especially if you watched his PBS shows for the past like 20 years or so. Rick Steves himself. I can't really show the entire talk, but I'll just show you. I'll stick around for like a few minutes. Hey Adriana, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Appreciate that.
You don't go to eat with me. We go to eat with the local people and have that beautiful ambiance of a local, beautiful, thriving community scene. And that's the beautiful part of it. Small because they're trying to make money, but they're trying to offer a good price. They only can serve a few things profitably and offer a good price. Handwritten because it's shaped by
crowd. So massive, gigantic crowd for Rick Steves. The reason I appreciate him is he's a very practical traveler, and it really speaks to Americans because if you are from the States, there's certain things in Europe that are a bit shocking. And also, it's a different way of life in many countries in Europe, and also different ways of actually traveling than you would encounter in the US. US is very car-centric, many parts of Europe is more bus and public transportation-centric, and that's why I really appreciate his show. And it also talks about kind of immersing yourself into the culture. Let me try to get a little bit closer to the speaker and see if we can hear him a little bit clearer. Adriana, this is Rick Steves. Rick Steves.
Regardless of how tasteless they would be. Europeans eat what's seasonal. They kind of roll with the punches as far as what's tasty, that's what they're going to eat. If you're hell-bent on eating porcini mushrooms and it's not mushroom season, don't go for that. If all of a sudden everybody in Germany is eating white asparagus, there's a reason. That's the thing to eat right now. So if you can flex with that, you're going to do better. Also, you got to pay a little more for good ingredients. I come from a frugal backpacker kind of student travel heritage, and for me, a $5 plate of jamon serrano was just fine. But now I've learned that a $15 plate of jamon iberico is a better budget deal. Life is too short to eat mediocre ham in Spain. So I will pay extra for a finer cut of my jamon. And I'm sorry, just give me a moment with my jamon here. This is. I mean, if you've been there with a local that can turn you on to this, it's a real blessing. And there's so many ways to realize there are avenues where you can be enthusiastic about things that you didn't know people could be enthusiastic about. You don't have to embrace all these things, but it's so fun to dabble in that, and you got to give yourself a chance for that. Zucchini flowers. I didn't know there was such a thing as a zucchini flower until I was in Italy, and all I see on everybody is dishes with zucchini flowers on it, and I tried it, and I learned that's the thing to do. You know, you've got this wonderful notion all over Europe, the Nordic cuisine, the slow food movement, and so on, of this ethic of eating local and eating with the season. I love the thought that a good eater can go to a good restaurant, look at the menu, and know where they are and what month it is by what's being served. That's the mark of a good eater and a good restaurant. Now, when I'm looking for my restaurants, and what I do every year, it's a fun process. I've done this for 40 years now. I figure out when I can go. I talk to my book department and find out what books are most needy, and we coordinate. I decide I get to choose where I want to go because I'm the boss, and I can decide I feel like going here instead of there. So I'll go to where I really decide to go and update books. And then every day it says on my calendar, on my
Okay, so
G10 and G6.
I don't want to record too much of the talk because, of course, these talks usually that's why they're selling tickets, and they sometimes make content and media out of them and they're posted on their own channels. But you got a gist of who Rick Steves is. He's offering basically, right now he's basically talking about the basic cultural things you should embrace when you're going to Europe, such as the food, in this case zucchini flowers. But right now let's walk around. Chrissy asked, am I going to see Phil Rosenthal? He appears soon, so maybe I'll catch a glimpse or I'll post a few clips on Instagram stories, Urbanist Live, follow me there. Charlene, nice to see you here. Charlene says, is Samantha Brown there? I didn't see Samantha Brown in the speakers list. I assume she's been here at some point before. Dusty Cole says, Rick Steves, legend. Yeah, indeed he is. He's drawing a gigantic crowd. You know, I did not expect it to be this packed with people. But also, I'm not surprised. Nibwood says the zucchini flowers are so delicious. They are. What travel groups are here? Adam, we're going to check out right now. Susie says, someone tell Rick Steves that Urbanist is here. And a few other people said, can you interview Rick Steves? I would love to interview him on a live video, or at the very least a short video, if I can somehow get in contact with him. I'm going to just put it out there. If anyone's watching the live video knows someone who's appropriate to reach out to in his team, do let me know. Send me a direct message. Otherwise, I'm going to try to do my best. He'll be here tomorrow, so I'll see if I can somehow get in contact with him and set something up. Cross my fingers. Susie said I should be one of the speakers. Oh, Susie, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I don't do too much public speaking, though I do love being a part of a good panel. That's my favorite style of public speaking. get me sitting down in the chair with like 2 or 3 other people conversing. Oh yeah, I'm in there. I'll panel all day, every day. I'm not too much of a fan of speaking just on my own. On the stage. On the camera is very different. I'll speak on my own for hours and hours and hours. Rhino Africa. So here we have different tour groups. Let's see. Luxury Safari. This place is full. Oh, sorry about that. African Tourism Association. I think the aisles are split between regions of the world. So right now we're in the Africa region. Out and About says, Travel Talk, yes. You would have the audience in the palm of your hand, says Kay, if you were a speaker. Hey, Kay. I'm really honored. Thank you everyone so much for the kind words. I've been doing this for a long time, 7 years. I haven't received any kind of recognition on the travel industry level. I very briefly worked with the travel industry. New York City tourism, Maine many years ago, Philadelphia, but it's been very brief. Even though that's like the gist of many of my videos and documentaries and shorts is travel, especially kind of digging into the culture and the history. So I appreciate those kind words. Thank you so much. Maybe one day I'll offer some of my knowledge and experiences to people who want it. In real life, that is, aside from videos. Here we got South Africa. Ooh, Timbuktu. Hey, Ariel. And Dad Sunian says, Vaya, hey, Ariel, thank you so much for tuning in. Sally says, Africa's well represented here. It is. So we passed by Kenya, Uganda, Timbuktu, various safari tours, Egypt right over here. Ancient Navigator. Ooh, okay, that sounds interesting. There's a specific tour company, I wonder if they're here. They cover more megaliths and pre-ancient history. Here we have Nepal. Ooh, the Nepal area is gorgeous. If anyone wants me to linger in a specific country, do let me know. Adam says, is Birthright Israel here? Yeah, they most likely are here. Let's try to find them. Most likely are. I would bet that they are. I will keep an eye out and stop when I see them. Hey, John says I'm at the Rick Steve show. Hey, John. Hope you're enjoying it, John. If you see me walking around, feel free to say hi. Enjoy the talk. So this is the stage where they're doing performances throughout the day from around the world. Ariel sent 500 stars. Thank you so much.
Okay, step number 1, we're just gonna do kicks. 1 and 2.
George, we're right now in Jacob Javits Center, all the way on the west side of Manhattan, 34th Street and 11th Avenue.
And you wanna go to the front, from, and then back.
Look out for the New York Sherpa show, says Mark P. He's a pretty cool guy to talk about New York State. Oh, all right. I'll keep an eye out. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it.
Can you get travel deals here? Yes, you can. I do seem to see that there's travel deals. We'll find out.
3, 4, and then we jump together. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and switch legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. As I say, 1, 2, 3, 4.
This guy got it.
Got it? So of course this is going to be a little bit faster. Can we try faster? Ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, jump, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Very nice. Okay, so let's go with step number 3. We're just gonna have 3 steps. street is the polka, and I guess we all know that step.
John says
So you're
there's no
gonna
Q&A,
heel,
only
toe,
autographs
one,
after talks.
two,
And
three.
yeah, John.
Heel, toe, 1, 2, 3. Heel, toe, 1, 2, 3. And heel and toe, and 1, 2, 3. And heel and toe, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
This is making me want to go back
Beautiful.
to beautiful Mexico.
Come here. Where you going? Just do
Mila,
it.
kumusta ka? Thank you so much for tuning
No,
in.
just do as you can. Come. Okay. So we ready to put the music on in there? Yes? Okay.
Yeah, Nancy says I'm dancing. No, not right now.
Five, six, 7, 8. 1, 2.
Christine says you're officially the Rick Steves of the future. Oh, I appreciate that. I don't really intend ever to like do what he does. He really focuses on a lot of practical elements of travel. It's always been my favorite things to talk about, the practicalities. I love more the culture and the history. I appreciate those kind words. Thank you. Newfoundland. Do they have an Italy booth, Adriana? I will 100% guarantee that they do. Let's see if we'll pass by. Bahamas got a big booth. Look at this. Everyone goes to the Bahamas. So close to Florida. 4-hour ferry ride.
Mostly flat street.
Adriana, nice to see you here. Contrast says I would love to be in the Mexican beach right now. Oh, I feel you. Hey, Chris. Chris, I think says a little bit more apt. Chris, I think you mean Richard. I'm not sure. Richard Attenborough made shows. I know for him from Jurassic Park, but you might be referring to David Attenborough. I think that's a little bit more apt. Thank you. I appreciate that. The David Attenborough in terms of travel. Thank you. That's an honor. Chandra Kant, nice to see you here. April says, good dance to learn, so New Yorkers can welcome everyone. Yeah. Ooh, Japan is right down there. I can't wait to see what they have. So a lot of brochures here. You know, when I was a little kid, I would call up random embassies and just ask them to send me all their travel materials. And I just went travel embassy after travel embassy. I maybe called 20 or something like that. I called them. This was before email. And I ended up with a huge stack of travel brochures when I was only like 11 years old. So 11-year-old me would have loved to collect all these travel brochures. Hey, Ida says, sending greetings to Ariel and all friends here. Missed a lot of the lives. Very busy period. Take care and keep on. Ida, I appreciate you tuning in. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm so glad you're enjoying today's live. Taking a little bit of break from live video as I focus on making some documentaries. Ooh, Barbados. Hey, Christine. With a $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Christine. Ooh, we got here Barbados. Kathy says, I used to write them and get all the brochures. Hey, nice. Nice. You did the same thing I did. That's awesome, Christine. Did you have a globe as a kid? No, I did not have a globe, but I did have a huge world map and a US map when I was a little kid. Wow, Japan is packed. So honestly, I travel a lot, and I kind of go really off the cuff of what most travel sites would tell you to go. But so I generally wouldn't come here as a consumer personally. But I'm curious, if you would come here to this travel show, what would you ask? What would you be curious about? And I'll do my best to show it if I can. I think this is a really cool way, if you haven't traveled too much, to really get a holistic sense of all the destinations out there. Ooh, Bonaire. Lorraine, thank you so much for tuning in. My friend Richard Grukia is working there, says Thomas. Hey, Thomas, that's awesome. Funny, I'm going there today. There's a boat show happening as well, says George. There's a boat show, a dog show, and this travel show all happening this weekend in this center. This center is massive. It's one of the largest conference centers in America. But beyond that, it's a lot of shows happening at once this time around. Cole is curious about New Zealand. All right, we got New Zealand, Italy, and someone mentioned another place. Israel. All right, let's check them out. Cole, welcome. Kathy says, I love conventions. Oh, Kathy, yes. Oh, awesome. The really only convention I really do try to attend as much as I can is Comic-Con, New York City Comic-Con specifically. I love New York City Comic-Con. Mika says, Sweden here, most likely. I think right now we're in the Caribbean section. Yeah, British Virgin Islands. Let's say Puerto Rico's here as well. Roatan, I've never heard of Roatan. Caves, Ireland here. Is there a Greek stand here? Oh, Greek stand. Oh yeah. Let's go. Well, I'm very excited for the European section. Right now we're in the Caribbean section. And now we're entering Central America. Costa Rica, Curacao. Hey, Terry says, hey, Ariel, Rick Steves, move over. Okay. Don't shove Rick Steves, please. He's nice, he's nice. Out and about says Copenhagen. I usually win stuff at competitions, says Kathy. Yeah, there's some raffles. I saw a free Hawaii trip. I might put my name in there. Ooh, we got Poland over here. That's nice. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go back out and about very soon. Very, very soon. So put on those notifications if you want to see videos of interesting places that we are passing by right now. Hint, hint. Hey, okay, so this is a great chance to collect tons of tote bags. Yes, if you like tote bags, if you like brochures, this is the right spot for you. If you want to learn about tours, yeah, this is also the right spot for you. Cole says, have you ever flown a plane? No, I've never personally flown a plane. I probably would never personally fly a plane. I prefer someone else to do the flying. I can sit in the plane, sure. I'm happy to be the navigator if I get a little bit of training beforehand. Rick Steve's still going on. We got Malaysia, beautiful. Out and About says, I want to explore Malmo in Sweden. All right, Out and About, you like dangerous travel. Malmo is probably one of the more dangerous areas right now in Europe, unfortunately. So good luck Out and About. Out and About says also the Netherlands. 21st century visit says, Sweden is expensive. Indeed it is expensive, unfortunately. Ooh, Blocks on Call, NYC. Ooh, look, we got Frommer's Guide. So Pauline Frommer is going to be here later today. I don't recognize her face, though. And then here's Rick Steves' books. Look at that.
I'll get this.
So here we have the meet and greet think Greek City is going to be here right after this talk. Any possible partners and sponsorships? Chris, that's a great question. So for anyone who doesn't know about what I do, in essence, I make videos about destinations, about traveling around. My unique spin is history, culture, and architecture. And a lot of people in my industry are partnered or are sponsored by destinations. Or they get free tours, or they partner up with the tour company. There's many possibilities, and that's why some travel vloggers are out and about going to these crazy destinations, and they basically get all their expenses paid, and or they're also paid as well. I've very briefly worked with any travel industry. I've featured tour guides on videos, but working with the travel industry, very little. I've done like one hotel. I've worked with Maine, Philadelphia, and New York. I'm currently working with New York City. And not too much. There was a few places in England that have reached out. Maybe one day I'll work with them as well. But I haven't worked with too many people. And some of my travel media friends do come here and have found connections. I came here 6 years ago. I really struggled to find a good connection. I ended up realizing a lot of people here are mostly selling for consumers, not for media or to connect with media. But maybe there's a section. Anyone here has been travel media, let me know if you have any pro tips. Kathy says, I was in the fitness industry and it's being sponsored as well. Oh my God, I want to ride this. That's cool. Oh my God, give me one of those. I want to do that now. Snowmobiling. Oh, I'm in there. Who wants to see live snowmobiling? Let me know. Yeah, India. Hey, Adam says, is there anything about autism, disability group tours? Yeah, most likely. Haven't seen anything yet. There was, there is. Let's see. Hey, Bill says, you are Rick Steves level 2, my family. Hey, I appreciate that. That is an honor. Thank you. I will treat that with the highest of honors. That title for your family. Firestorm says, that's so cool. Yeah. Ariel sent 500 stars. Thank you so much. Do you recommend travel insurance? Says Adriana. Let's see if we actually see travel insurance here. There has to be also travel insurance here. Yes, I do recommend travel insurance. My personal favorite is World Nomads. It's optimal for people who are like below 37, 38, 40. It's more geared towards younger people. Hence, the prices are a bit lower. I think travel insurance gets higher the older you are. So I prefer World Nomads, but there's other great travel insurance. I think Alliance is pretty good. And I always get it. I always get it when I travel outside the country. If I'm traveling within the US, which I'm a citizen of, I live in the US, I don't get travel insurance. But when I travel outside, I always get travel insurance. The prices range, but I would say for like a month trip, I spend about $300 on travel insurance. Kathy says, I do think there's some companies that arrange YouTube tours. Yeah, so some of these destinations do what's called press tours. I was invited for one, which was I was invited to two of them. The Montreal Jazz Festival, back in like 2018. I'm not sure if people remember me covering the Jazz Festival. Beautiful Jazz Festival in Montreal, Canada. I was invited there on the press trip, and then I was invited to Bucharest, Romania on the press trip, and that was lovely. Very grateful. Press trips usually, still to this day, they don't invite too many YouTubers or people who do online media. You know, the travel industry is also a bit frustrating as a content creator. That's why I don't tend to seek out trying to work with the travel industry. I prefer to work with other partners like Bulova. Oh, I love these guys. They sponsor me past few months. You've been seeing videos of them, you'll see more of them. So the travel industry, the reason is I've tried connecting with people in the travel industry, and they usually don't care about social media, which blows my mind. I'll give you one example. I talked with a company that, I won't mention the country, but I went to this big event, fancy, beautiful area of New York. We saw amazing views of the city. They spent a lot of money to make this private press-centered event about this country. And when I spoke to the people who run this specific tourism board, they were excited in person and very nice. And I reached out on email, online. And I said, hey, I would love to go to this said country. They were mentioning that they could invite me for like 2 weeks. I'd love to go to this said country, 2 weeks, film a lot of videos about history, show people the beauty of this place. And they told me, oh, sorry, we didn't realize you were social media. We only work with traditional media, meaning print, TV. And you have to have a minimum audience of 150,000 people. This was only a few months ago. And I responded amicably, you know. I was telling her, hey, I'm not sure if you realize, I have an audience of more than 1 million people, and I get 25 million views on average per month. I hope you reconsider. No response. So that has happened to me a few times. It blows my mind. So it is a tricky industry, admittedly, as a professional in media here. Hey, Nicole. No comment, Nicole. No comment. I will not confirm nor deny what Nicole just commented.
All you're saying is, yeah.
You guys want to spin for a vacation?
Yeah, I'll spin. Yeah,
Are you
that'd
a
be great.
28 or older?
Yes, I am. Yeah,
Do you have a girl or a spouse?
I don't.
It's a couples promotion we're doing for
Okay.
Wyndham.
All right, cool.
I apologize.
Yeah, no worries, don't worry. Hey, luxury. Says that's crazy. Indeed it is. Hey, oh there. Oh, that's amazing. Hey, how's it? How are you going?
Good, how are you?
Doing well. I'm glad you're here.
Me
Yeah.
too. Are you
Nice to-
coming to the travel session?
Travel session? What's happening in the travel session?
Talking about
Oh.
how to travel solo.
Okay. I might go. Yeah, I might
Okay.
stop by. Yeah.
I'll
see
see
you
you in a
around.
bit.
Yeah. Alan and Pal says I should have lied. Yeah. That was a bit silly, to be honest. Contra says I haven't read a print magazine in years. Yeah. Print hasn't been doing too well. Not too many people read print. It's a very strange ask. JEF says it makes sense. The demographic with most time and money is over 60 and the least likely to be on social media. JF, I will counter that. The majority of my Facebook followers specifically are skew older, 50 plus is on average on Facebook. And generally with disposable income, so. And that's 280,000 people, so yeah. I think older folks are indeed on social media. You see Rick Steves' page and also his group that has like hundreds of thousands of people that are always commenting. Extremely engaged group as well. So there's a lot of a lot of older folks on social media, specifically Facebook. The thing is, a lot of companies don't really care about Facebook, which is a bit foolish, because they don't realize how important it is still to attract, especially an older crowd. Hey, Firestorm says Ariel being over 28 years old, he looks a lot younger. Yeah, I guess they have to do that legally. Contra says, I don't have the attention span for print media. Hey, Alan Abbas says, we ever traveled to group tour company? I've done so twice. I went in with the travel company to Scotland, which you saw clips and me in live videos of Scotland, the Hebrides, Isle of Skye, Isle of Lewis and Harris. I was in a group tour, and you met one of my tour mates there, really cool guy. They may eventually visit New York, and I may show him and his wife around because they were such lovely people. The tour was awesome. I had an amazing tour guide who I randomly bumped into like a month later in Chamonix, France, and you saw a glimpse of him as well. And then just recently, I went on a group tour with my friend, Evan Panagopoulos, and we went all around Greece. It was awesome to help him with the group tour, and you saw short videos, and Evan is going to host Urbanist tours. So right now, go to explorabilia.co.uk/urbanist right now. I actually have not officially announced it. So you're getting the pre-official announcement, but the site is already up. You can already buy yourself your passes, your tickets to join on a multi-day tour through Greece in the summer. So right now, explorabilia.co.uk/urbanist. Someone could write it down in the comments. I would be so appreciative. But it is up, and I will announce it soon. I'll give you more details. I'll be hosted by my friend Evan, who you've seen in many of my videos. You'll see him more very soon as well. I'm going to team up with Evan more on video, so you'll get to know him more. But he's amazing. He's probably the top person I trust right now at the moment to give you in real life urbanist experience. Because I won't be attending tours myself, but he is an urbanist hardcore through and through. He loves architecture, he loves history, he loves weird secret stories that most people don't know about. He will give you the proper urbanist experience in real life. Chris says, let's see the Japan tour. Hey, oh my God, Jenny, how you doing?
Good to see you.
Good
Sorry,
to
are
see
you
you too.
recording?
I'm doing a live
Okay.
video. Yeah, how are you doing?
That's
You want to say hello?
Sure. Hi, everyone.
This is
You're
Jenny.
awesome. Thanks for tuning in.
Jenny appeared a long time ago on the East Williamsburg beer tour.
Yeah, it's great to see you.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Oh,
I live in
cool.
Mexico now.
Yeah,
so
I
I'm in
saw.
town for all of the festivities this week.
Oh, I'm glad you're back in New York.
Yeah,
You're still in the travel industry.
Yeah, so I'm
You
here.
are. Oh, very
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. How have you found it so far?
It's been fun. I mean, we had a big travel writers conference the last couple of days. So
Okay.
I was here at Javits, so I've been attending that, and now here for exactly this to see people, walk around, schmooze, get some cool information and ideas.
Oh, nice.
So,
Do you have any
yeah.
pro tips? Because
Pro
I
tips?
never really
Okay, yeah,
been here in many
okay.
years. Yeah.
Hello everyone. Alright, pro tips, it gets very overwhelming
Yeah.
because there are so many different people, from all of the sales reps to all the consumers walking the floor. It is all salespeople, so they're trying to physically sell you a vacation. So don't let anyone be too convincing. But no, it's a really great way to ask questions and learn about either destinations you're curious about or places that were never even on your radar to kind of expose yourself to new ideas. Because you'll find very far-flung destinations, really cool hotels, lots of cruise ships, obviously.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, it's a really, really neat variety of places that you can check out.
And about how about as a travel professional?
I'm sorry?
How about as a travel professional?
It's challenging.
It's challenging because it's more consumer based.
Yeah,
over here,
this used to be the New York Times travel show.
Right.
They had a day just for trade industry, so people that worked in the industry, where it was like far fewer people, it was a little quieter, and there was the idea that we were there for networking and information rather than for sales. But unfortunately, Travel Adventure Show hasn't done that yet.
Oh yeah.
So I just have to come on the consumer day. So it's a little like sometimes the conversations aren't as productive because the people are just trying to make sales, and that's not why I'm here. But it's still worth coming. So.
Oh, that's awesome to hear. It's
Yeah.
nice to see you again.
Yeah, you too.
Hopefully we can connect again.
Yeah,
that
sounds
would be
good.
great.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of the
Yeah,
show.
you too. Bye, guys.
So that is Jenny Hart. She's a very talented woman who talks about travel, about going to different places around the world. Great travel writer and also great tour guide. She appeared many years ago, 2018 or so, giving me an in-depth tour of beer in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, which was awesome, and it was live streamed. Unfortunately, that live stream might have been lost because Facebook deleted a lot of old live streams. But that's awesome to bump into her. And then earlier I bumped into Kiara Lady Boss, who is from New York City for All. But she was busy talking, so I didn't want to interrupt her too much. Contrast says, what part of Mexico? Jenny has definitely covered Mexico City a lot. So you'll see Mexico City, and I forgot exact her Instagram handle. I should have asked her. But Jenny Hart is her name. H-A-R-T. Manny Explorer says, really cool event indeed. Nicole says, I wish the older live streams were on YouTube as well. Me too. It's a bit hard to upload all of them. A lot of them, technology was different, older back then, so not all of them have audio in sync. And some of them are very, very low quality video, so yeah, it's a bit tough to upload all of them. But maybe one day I'll find the way or the resources to hire someone to upload them for me. Ooh, Miami, one of my favorite places recently. I went to Miami just a few weeks ago. I mean, a few months ago, back in October, and I loved it. Hey, Ella says your video title says 2023, not 2024. Oh my god, I gotta change it. My mistake. I'm still stuck in 2023. I did not realize. I will change it right after. This is 2024, ladies and gentlemen, not 2023. And you're not watching an old video from last year. Adam says, I need travel packages. Yeah, you'll find a lot of travel packages. I think the more packages you'll get is more from tour companies that we're passing by. From multi-day trips. What area do you think would be a great tour guide for, says Cole? What do you mean, Cole? What area you mean it would be great to have a tour guide? Greece, definitely. Greece can be challenging to travel solo. It's not for everyone, especially if you are not so used to a lot of walking, a lot of heat, a lot of uneven pavement, crazy roads. Greece is a bit challenging, so I do recommend going on Greece with my friend Evan. Out and About says, group tour sounds nice to connect with others. Yes. I'm in the age of 60s groups, says Charlene. Yes, that the tour with Evan, the Urbanist Explorabilia tour, will be available for everyone who can walk and is willing to do can walk for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours at a time, because there will be plenty of walking tours throughout the tour. So if you have that physical capability, we will be able to accommodate. Right now, there's not capability for people who are disabled, who have mobility issues, unfortunately. But maybe in the future, I can work something out with Evan, or I'll find another tour guide. But if anyone could put the link right now, explorabilia.co.uk/urbanist, I'll appreciate it. Iceland, hidden Iceland. Oh yeah. Adam says, I want to go back to Israel. I hope things get better and you can visit again. Is the Bahamas there, says Yvette. Yeah, the Bahamas we passed about 20 minutes ago. Very big booth. Adriana says, we have booked several walking tours in Italy. Oh yeah. That's cool. Italy's definitely, if you want history tours, Italy's one of the top places.
Very similar pictures.
I recommend walking tours basically in every major city, especially if it's history of food. It's a great way to quickly learn about the city.
American passport. You got all the information?
Ooh, passport services. Who needs a passport? Let me know. Chris says, look at Croatia. All right. Here we got Montenegro.
Yeah.
Montenegro, I've seen beautiful things.
American passport.
All right, who wants a passport? Hang on. They're giving passport pens. Wow, Montenegro is huge. So Montenegro has a lot of similarities in terms of aesthetics to Italy, and they have a huge booth. Lots of people here today. Oh, they're spending a lot of money to attract tourism. Let's go. Should I go to Montenegro? Let me know. Laura says, is Rick Steves here? Yes. You see him towards the earlier part of the video. He was doing a talk on stage.
It's like
Yvette says, this looks like a traveler's paradise. Yes, if you are a traveler, this is the place to go. This is a consumer-driven show. As we spoke earlier with Jenny, my friend who said hello, she mentioned that this used to be the New York Times travel show. That's when I came here many years ago, and there was a professional element to it, a trade show element to it, but no longer. It's now full consumer. But I have to give a shout out. To my friend Charlene here in New York City. Charlene Wang. She appeared in my Christmas documentary. She's the one who got me invited here. So I really appreciate Charlene for giving me the hookup. Thank you. Just Vibe says, where are we going? Well, all places.
No, we do a lot of different things.
Oh, there we go. Here we have Israel. We're looking for them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Adam, it's good that they have the booth here. Jackie says, oh shoot, you just answered a question I just asked. Hey, I'm glad I could do that for you. So yeah, Israel is indeed here. I would love to eventually go to Israel. I would love to cover Jerusalem. I love the history of Christianity. I would love to cover that. Lots of aspects of Judaism are very interesting as well, so can't wait to one day go. You need patience to endure large crowds of people. Contrast. Yeah, I've not always been a fan of big events like these. So I usually tend to avoid them. I usually tend to avoid them, so I admire people who really thrive in these places. Ooh, ladies and gentlemen, I love New York. Where should I go in New York City? Hi. Where should I go in New York State? Let me know. I usually stick around to that small little area right over here. Did just a tiny bit of Long Island. Should I go to Adirondacks? To Thousand Island Seaway? to Rome, New York, maybe to Syracuse, maybe to the great city of Rochester, or all the way in Buffalo. Vote now or forever hold your peace. I'm taking this historical guide of Oswego with me. That's cool that they offered a historical guide. Matt, this is what the travel industry needs to do more of. I think history is vastly underrated when it comes to people's decisions to visit places. History is so important. You put a guide like this, it makes even a small town, maybe like Oswego, never heard of it, potentially interesting to visit. Laura says, have you done videos of Scandinavia? Yes, I've been to Copenhagen, nearby Roskilde in Denmark, so I've covered a little bit of Denmark. I've covered Sweden as well. Just very little Sweden, just Stockholm. And I've been to another Nordic country, not Scandinavian, but Nordic. I've been to Helsinki. And if I'm lucky, a particular country in Scandinavia that is insanely expensive, that I've been timid to go because I go there, I blow my entire budget, reached out to me. So maybe I'll be going to that particular other Scandinavian country. Should I go there? Let me know. Hey, DS, hello, Manny. Hello, Daniel. Welcome. Nice to see you here. New York City has a lot of nice areas and beautiful nature. They do indeed. Here we have Rockland County. We got Ithaca. The Corning Museum of Glass. Ooh, I like this. I like that New York has a lot of representation. Ooh, Lake Placid. One of my favorite movies as a little kid with the gigantic alligator. I love it. Do you know Amtrak goes from New York to Niagara Falls and to Montreal? Yes. Though it's a very, very long trip. In Europe, the trip would be like a third of the time to get there, even less. Ooh, Niagara Falls, the travel guide. Ooh, this is a nice printing. I love the illustration. That's nice. People are making guesses as to what Scandinavian country reached out to me. Hi, it says Iceland is interesting as well. Iceland is definitely on my list as well. Many places are on my list. Hey, Nicole says, I vote for a road trip in the fall. Through New York State? Yeah, that would be interesting. I gotta find a willing friend to be the driver because I don't like driving too much. I would do it. I had a fun time driving through Maine, mid-coast, which was wonderful, but I haven't been a fan of driving too much. So maybe if I find a friend who loves driving, like my friend Evan over there in Europe, who you've seen in my Peloponnese videos, who's hosting Urbanist tours. Maybe I'll find someone like him here in the U.S. to do a road trip. Bill says, come to Buffalo, New York. I went to Buffalo many, many years ago when I was a little kid. And I did enjoy it. It was nice. Maybe I'll go again. I love going to Niagara Falls. Oh my God, everyone, the great state of New Jersey. I've been tempted to travel to the far-flung areas of New Jersey, like Hoboken and Weehawken and Six Flags. Who wants me to go to New Jersey? Let me know.
I thought we loved each other.
One place I do want to show you in New Jersey is the largest Hindu temple in the entire U.S. is now located in New Jersey. I think one of the largest Hindu temples in the world is located now in New Jersey. It's like a 2-hour drive away, and that I would love to show you. Hey, Adriana says, the only place I would not drive is London. It's scary. Yeah, London is scary. Probably very expensive to drive there too because of the congestion laws. Maine. Oh, how I love Maine. I do have some Maine videos on my YouTube. Check it out. I have a guide to Rockland County, to the mid-coast. Such a lovely, lovely state. Great food in Maine. You know, it's not very common to find excellent food in the U.S. There's excellent dishes, and there's places that do those dishes very well, but it's not ubiquitous. One of the few areas of the U.S. where I found ubiquitously food, very great quality food, ubiquitously throughout the area was the mid-coast area of Maine, right by the coast, right by the islands. Great food, pie, fresh fruit like strawberries and other berries. You had lobster roll that were huge and gigantic, crab, chili dogs. Oh my God, the list goes on. I love Maine. Great state to visit. All right, let's check what's happening here. Oh my God, look. So this guy, Brian Ciccone, I featured him in, I think, 2 different tours. But the one that most people watched was the Ramones tour. And he's a speaker here today. I wonder where he's at. Let's see what's happening here. Ways to monetize as a travel content creator. Ooh, look at that. She's dropping the pro tips.
Guide, but then I don't really have to do anything else. I mean, I'll update it and I'll add things to it. But I think digital products, and that's just one example. A guide is just one example of that. That's another really great way. If you're creating content and you're creating a lot of things that people ultimately are interested in, you can use your social media kind of like a kind of a to potentially sell digital products. Ad revenue, I'm not going to talk too much about, but obviously if you've got a blog, you can get ad revenue off of ads on your website. Also, if you're on YouTube at a certain point, you can monetize off of that as well with ad revenue. And then social media creator programs. Instagram was really great a year and a half ago. They were paying creators, a bonus to post reels. Awesome, I loved it, and then it disappeared. There is talk that might come back. This is definitely, I put this at the end just because this is not something to bank on. TikTok has a new creativity beta program that they launched, so you can earn revenue from that if you are making, they're really pushing longer form content. But it is not something to knock because at some point you can potentially make a few dollars through some of the social media stuff. So does this all make sense? Any other things I'm missing here? I'm sure I just kind of covered everything. Anything else? Okay, some final tips, and then I want to kind of get into some Q&A. I think the really important thing is really being yourself. I think when we think about being a content creator, putting out content, I think it's really important to create content that people want to connect with. And I think that people want to make connections with people that are authentic and that are right. I think we can all agree, right? There's people on social media that you see their video as they scroll, and it doesn't really feel like that's a real person. So I think that creating an authentic self and really just being yourself, I think is really important. I think obviously when we put ourselves out on social media, there's always negative comments, there's always that piece of it that I think unfortunately comes along with it, but it's creating stuff that really is authentically you. Don't be afraid to try new things and experiment, which I think is really, really important. as you're starting off, you're going to find that there are things that you do not like to do and there are things that you love to do, right? Maybe you start writing and start doing blogs. You find that like you're spending so much time, I'd rather maybe post on Instagram, maybe write shorter captions, or vice versa. Maybe I don't really love editing videos and doing videos. So I think it's really important just to try things, find what you like, and experiment. These next two are really hard sometimes, so don't stress over numbers. This is really hard with social media, right? It's really, really hard because we're kind of at the mercy of an algorithm sometimes. So you could create a great piece of content and nobody sees it, and I know that just like, it just hurts, right? You spent all this time, created a great video, and nobody sees it, and you get like 4 likes, and you're just like disheartened. And I think that you should, it's really hard to not think about that, but ultimately going back to consistency and creating authentic content, you will find your community, you will find your audience, and it doesn't need to be a large volume of people that are necessarily following you. So I think try to tune out those numbers. Don't compare yourself to other creators, which again, I think is a very hard thing to do, especially if you're finding other creators maybe that you're friends with or people that are in the similar space and you see, oh, they got 2 great brand partnerships but haven't gotten anything, you know, don't feel like that should just sway you, right? We are all our own unique self. We all have something to offer and value to offer, so try to kind of tune that out. I like to say that I never see other creators as competition. I know some people think that way, but ultimately, you know, brands want to work with you, they just don't want to work with just a random person. And if they want to work with a random person, that's probably not a brand you want to work with. The other thing here that I would also leave you with is challenge yourself for 30 days and focus on one thing. Like give yourself a challenge and try it for 30 days. I think 30 days is a really, really good snapshot of time to see, is it doing well? Is it giving value? Is it something that you like, right? So maybe it's an Instagram challenge. Maybe you're going to challenge yourself for 30 days, right? February's right around the corner, so maybe for February, I'm going to post on Instagram 2 times a week, or I'm going to post on Instagram 1 time, or I'm going to create 2 blogs in the month of February. That is my goal. That is what I'm going to stick to, and be consistent for 30 days. And at the end of the 30 days, tell yourself, like, how did I feel about it? Was that enough? Did I feel like I could commit to that? Did I commit to more to that? How was it? Was it successful in my eyes? What does that mean, right? But give yourself these little challenges. I do a lot of video content on TikTok. I found TikTok is kind of up and down. And last year I wanted to give myself a challenge in August. I gave myself to actually post every day, which I wouldn't always recommend, but I posted every day for a month in August. And I found like one, obviously it helped my reach, helped my engagement, but I got into a rhythm where I felt like I had enough content that I could post and that could be consistent, right? So I feel like 30 days is a really, really good snapshot of time to really try something. And you could always kind of change it up, but I think that the 30-day challenges are a really great thing. Highly, highly recommend. Okay, so we've got about 19 minutes or so. This is just a little shameless plug. My Instagram and TikTok. So this was actually last year at the Saranac Lake Winter Carnival in upstate New York. Who has ever heard of the Saranac Lake? Oh, awesome. So that's me sitting on a frozen throne in an ice palace. So like this is a great example of a hidden gem. This is located up in Saranac Lake, New York, which is in the Adirondacks. Probably about a 5-hour drive from New York City. Very doable. It is actually happening in February. So it's basically a 10-day local festival. They create this really cool palace where they cut chunks of ice from the frozen lake and they build an ice palace and then a whole bunch of fun activities.
So a lot of people here, you know, the travel content creator market has become huge. And don't worry, I'm speaking at a normal level. My mic is close, so you might hear me well. And it's not because I'm speaking loud. Just so people know, sometimes when I'm carrying a mic, I'm in an event, people are saying, oh, you're being a dick for speaking so loud. I'm like, no. But nonetheless, a lot of people nowadays want to become content creators. There's some popular music here. A lot of people want to become content creators nowadays. It's really a big deal. And a lot of people here, and of all ages. Very interesting to see people kind of really tuning in to learning about how to be a travel content creator.
Then I said, here's my number. Because she said something on Messenger.
It's something that I set out to do when I quit my 9 to 5 7 years ago. I was in the media industry, and there were many moments I loved working for the media industry. I learned a lot. But I decided to quit because I wanted to go on my own and I wanted to make a living doing what I love, which is telling stories about history, about culture, and ideally while traveling around. And luckily I made that happen. Not in the way that most people would talk about it, because I never planned it or made it very practical. I kind of just went by the seat of my pants, went free roaming mode, but it worked out, so I'm grateful.
Are you alum or you have kids?
Chris says, first step, travel. You know that? Chris, I know what you mean. Thank you so much for saying that. But for me personally, I did not have the budget to travel when I quit my 9 to 5. I did not. I quit my 9 to 5 without savings, which is not a good idea. Don't do that, ladies and gentlemen. There was some hardship there. I was blessed. Luckily, I got out of it, but I couldn't travel because I didn't have the budget that first year, really, an Urbanist, to travel. So I had to travel within New York, which was a blessing because I really got to be a tourist in my own city and got to really see the value of challenging yourself to see a place with a different lens, with a different pair of eyes, and to embrace the touristy elements of my own city. And that has applied when I travel around. I don't pretend to be a local while I travel around. I embrace going to these touristy areas, and really, they're touristy for good reason in many contexts. They have great history, or are aesthetically beautiful, or have some architectural value, or they're just outright fun. And I think that's why I've never been a fan of traveling like a local, even in my own city of New York. So I would say if you can't travel within your own city, your nearby. Even if you live in the town, or if you live in a rural area, go to your nearest town, to your nearest city, travel there. Travel there. That is travel. And you'll enjoy it, you'll love it. And I think that will get you in the mood of travel. And stuff will happen, inexplicably. I cannot tell you how. You can unfortunately not have the budget at all, and very low prospects of having any budget to travel. But if you travel within your own city, with your own town, I bet you something will happen. Something will happen. Oleg says, do you think you've already engaged your own niche in the market? Oleg, that's a great question. Okay, so I'm walking around. There's we basically see most of the booths at this moment in time. I'll show you a few more speakers. Feel free to ask me right now any questions about being a professional in travel media. Ask me any questions, I'm happy to answer them. I'm not a speaker in any of these stages here, but I'll be a speaker to anyone who's tuning in right now. If you're curious about my work, how I do this, how I make a living out of this, feel free to ask me right now. Oleg asked a great question. Do you think you've made your own niche? I have. There's not that many people covering history and architecture quite like I am. It is rarity in social media. There are people out there, and there's some people really big, but I think I have that unique spin of history and architecture, but I go to the places. So I actually travel there. I'm not sitting down and doing historical footage or images like, say, Johnny Harris, who's an excellent content creator, but he's usually sitting down in his office talking about places around the world. And the other aspect is I'm more casual. I like to tell stories without notes, without a script. I'm a very extemporaneous speaker. And I think that gives a nice flavor to travel media that is different from other people who are more highly scripted. Like Rick Steves, who's amazing, but his show is highly scripted, highly planned. So you've really seen something super curated. But for what I like to do, I like to make you feel like you're, at the very least, a FaceTime call with me. I popped up my phone, did FaceTime, and you're there with me, like a friend. Or at the very most, you're there with me. I want to make you feel like you're there with me. I think I've achieved that. So I think, yes, I have my own niche. alien traveler says how much you're making. I won't talk about any numbers, but it has been a nice living. And I've been able to not just survive, which the first few years I was able to survive, which was nice. About late 2020, early 2021, I started really making money to feel comfortable. And then the past year, I started making money that I can really invest in big projects, like the documentary series, showing you far off places like Greece. And I've been able to really kind of put more money and bigger budget into showing you cool stuff. So I've been very grateful for that. All right, let's walk around.
All these things are things that you should think about.
So here is a travel writing seminar. This is pretty empty. More people care about content creation, video, and writing. Writing is an underrated art. I mean, I talked about print media being dead before, and that is the unfortunate truth. There's some print media that's amazing. It's become a much more smaller field. I think travel writing is still a very valuable asset. Very different from what I do. And I think it's worth it.
If you failed to get your visa in time. So it's really important that you get your visa if required. Sometimes it's on arrival visa.
Adam says, can you live in New York while doing what you do? Yes, I can. It is quite a strain, and sometimes I go to these European cities and I find myself like thinking, why am I even spending money living in New York? Because New York is way more expensive than almost all the European cities I visited, with the exception of Scandinavia. And sometimes, like if I were to make the calculations right now at the very moment, I would spend less money traveling full time, like for months at a time, than I would staying here in New York for a month. Chris says, it's interesting, you don't go down the membership of Patreon route as much others mean. I do, yeah. I have a lot of bonus footage on Patreon, Chris, and for memberships on YouTube. I just don't advertise it as much, and maybe that's a bit of a downfall, but yeah, if you are a fan of my long-form videos of my tours, I offer a lot of bonus content. I offer full uncut tours. Sometimes I make a 3-minute short video or a 1-minute short video, but I shot for like 40 minutes. So there are definitely a lot of bonus content for Patreons out there. If you're a Patreon member or a YouTube member, right now, let me know. Let everyone know how much you enjoyed the bonus content. For example, I do documentaries and I offer full uncut interviews. And some of these interviews are, almost all of them I would say, are fascinating. They could be podcasts on their own. I just don't have really the time and the budget to produce podcast episodes, but I offer them to patrons, uncut interviews with professionals, with experts, with just cool, all around cool people, cool locals that you get to know. So for the Christmas documentary, all the interviewees I featured, I have full uncut interviews. Most of them are 30 minutes to an hour, and you really get a full sense of their job, of their experiences in New York. You know, the Met Choir, I featured them, the Met Choir singers, a trio of them. They were amazing to chat with. In the documentary that I posted publicly on YouTube, Urbanist Exploring Cities, I featured them for maybe 5 minutes, but that conversation was nearly 35 minutes. And they gave us way more detail about the Met Choir, how it is working for the Metropolitan Opera, how they got into it, how is it being an opera singer in New York. They gave me so much more, and that is exclusively posted to patrons. So patreon.com/urbanist. Susie says, you don't share them on Facebook anymore. I do share them, but Facebook kind of sucks. I do share them, so you can see them on Facebook. The links are always up on Facebook, but you're probably just not seeing them too clearly.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Is this show open tomorrow, Sunday? Where's the website? This is Malcare. So patreon.com/urbanist. Let me sign up for this free trial. Hi. Let me sign up. I would love that. Yeah.
You want to do it?
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah. Let me just put it. So I'm signing up right now. Free trip to Hawaii. If I end up in Hawaii, you'll know how. Hawaii is expensive. So. All right.
Good day, guys. So, come on over, guys. Every time that I'm really get busy, and it's like I want y'all to be prepared as I go outside.
All right. I am signed up.
Come on over, guys. Everyone gets one. Win a free trip to go to Hawaii,
Where do I put it down?
I'm sorry, what?
Where do I put it?
I'll take it right from you. I'm sorry. I'm just
Awesome. No worries. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Come on over, guys. Everyone gets one.
Let's do it.
Everyone gets one, guys.
So I just signed up for a free raffle to Hawaii. Free trip to Hawaii. Let's see. I had to put some personal information there, but you saw what the information one needed to put in, and cross the fingers.
What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going? If you see me in Hawaii, you'll know how. Hi. No, you can pass it. Hello, Kay. Thank you so much for putting the Patreon. Terry says, I love your deep thoughts. I really enjoy your live walks, especially around the world globe-trotting. Live walks are the best. I love live video. Yes, I agree. I'm so glad you enjoy the live walks. Susie says, thankfully it's a one-way FaceTime. Chris says, I'm curious about taxes. When traveling, isn't everything a business expense? I would say yes. Taxes is not, I'm not a tax professional. I'm not going to offer any tax advice at all. I'll just relate my personal experience. With that said, if you're spending money to make money, it is a tax expense. And yes, in my context, when I travel, it is literally my job. It is literally the way I make a living. So a lot of the travel expenses are indeed expenses. And that is the case with people in my field of work, because if I'm not traveling, my business ain't thriving, and I ain't making money. So yes. Hey, no contest for Atlantic City trip, says Susie. I wish New Jersey had a huge contest. They missed out, that New Jersey booth. They should have put a raffle. I would have gladly signed up for a free weekend trip to Atlantic City. All expenses paid. I would have loved that. Spam calls incoming. Unfortunately, I hope that is not the case, Alien Traveler. I really don't like putting down my number and personal details for usually these contests, because yes, you do get spammed. I hope they're not doing that, but there is unfortunately a chance. Yvette says, Urbanist for the win. Hey, thank you so much, Yvette. Patrons in your channel get postcards of your travels, says Adriana. Yes, if you are a mega urbanist. That's to become a regular super urbanist is $5 a month or more. You end up getting access to all bonus content. To get postcards when I'm traveling, and some postcards from New York or wherever I'm located at the moment, you have to become a mega urbanist, $20 a month or more. You can cancel anytime. If you want a postcard just for a month, it doesn't matter to me. I'm more than happy to send that postcard for that month if you sign up. Definitely the first month you sign up, you will be getting a postcard. I can't send a postcard every single month, but I do send them many times a year, many times. a good chunk of the year you're getting postcards, and from places all around the world. And I do my best to send them from each location I go to. And I collect postcards in massive amounts, so every once in a while I offer to send postcards of any country or city of your choice. And if I have it, which I most likely do, I'll send you that postcard. So yes, patreon.com/urbanist. You get postcards. Select Mega Urbanist, and then send me your address or wherever you prefer to receive the postcard. Of course, all personal information is always confidential on my end. Hey, Pros Guy says, how are you? I'm doing very well, Pros. Adam says, how to make money while traveling? No driving needed? No, I mean, that's why I gravitate to Europe, personally. I like public transportation travel. I'm not the biggest fan of driving, so I'd rather not drive if I don't need to. That's why my show is called Urbanist, for good reason. I like cities. I like places that are accessible to cities. So I tend to travel by public transportation. So, no, to do my work, you don't need a car. If you intend on becoming a vlogger about nature, about rural areas, about agriculture, a lot of great things you can cover, then yeah, you'll need a car. But to cover cities, not so much, especially in Europe. Especially in certain big cities in the U.S. and Mexico City, for example. There's all the big cities I've visited. All right, I think I've seen everything. Let's see who's talking. I think Phil Rosenthal. Yeah, Phil Rosenthal is going to start speaking. Let's go for our final part of this broadcast. Hey, Chris says, oh my God, I get the most amazing brochures for Viking cruises, at least there once a month. They make beautiful brochures. Ooh, okay. Daniel says, there's another walking streamer here. Oh, there is? I saw another content creator here. Okay. Luis Flores, I think is his name. I saw him briefly. I don't know him personally, so I didn't bother saying hi. But there's other people. Ooh, China. I want to go there someday. Good to see you on Twitch again, says DK. DK, yes, I'm able now to easily live stream to Twitch. So I'm glad to be back. Ooh, Taiwan. My friend Action Kid is right now in Taiwan. I hope he's enjoying his time over there. Time in Taiwan and Taipei. Hopefully he's getting all the tie-ins in all the amazing country. Hopefully he's tied up, enjoying Taiwan in Taipei. I can't wait to go myself one day to Taiwan and Taipei. Hey, Susie, I thought all content creators know each other. There's certainly some content creators. My friend Kiara, who I bumped into earlier, she definitely knows everyone. And I personally don't know everyone. I don't tend to go to too many content creator events.
They might say, well, you are.
But I do know the ones I really enjoy. There's a content creator. Hey, Brian, how's it going, man?
Good.
Nice to see you. I'm doing a live video right now.
Oh, you're live?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I can't wait to see your talk.
Come see me at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. All right, awesome, man. Have a good day. All right, that was Brian. For some reason, he got spooked when I said live. I'm not sure why. But he appeared on my live video before. Ramon's tour in the East Village. Really cool tour. Bring me a perspective on the Ramones, which is amazing. All right, let's see who's speaking at the moment. Terry says, oh, I miss your bad puns. Terry, I'm not sure what you mean, Terry. I clearly never make a bad pun, clearly. I'm not sure what you're talking about. My puns are only the highest amount of fun. There's no punishingly bad puns in my repertoire. I'm always very punny in the best way possible. Hey, Firestorm, nice to see you here. Last year, before going to the Greek islands, I saw your live streams. I appreciate all your information. Laura, I'm so happy you enjoyed my Greek island videos. Yeah, Greek islands were amazing. I can't hope to go back. Ooh, snowy mountains. I want to go to snowy mountains again. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Mike says, I love Japan. Yeah, me too. I can't wait to go. I haven't been to Japan yet, but I love learning about Japan. I love a few Japanese content creators. Abroad in Japan is amazing. Hey, Susie says, my album of Urbanist postcards is almost full at the moment. Yes, there are definitely some longtime mega urbanists have received a lot of postcards. Urbanist for the win, says Yvette. Hey, Yvette, thank you. All right. I love showing people around when they visit Kilkenny, says Kay. Oh, Kay, it was such a pleasure visiting Kilkenny. Hope to go to Ireland again. Pro says, do you miss the Twin Towers? Yeah, Pro, of course. I grew up in New York City. It was a travesty what happened many, many years ago. And I do, of course, miss those beautiful buildings. And it is a shame. Chris says, fun puns and bench reviews. Yes. All right, everyone, the link is right up here for tours to Greece, multi-day tours starting early summer. You will be going all around with my friend Evan, who's an expert tour guide. He's been doing this for many years. I featured him all the way back in 2018. When I went to London, that was the first time he appeared on my videos, and he's appeared on my videos over and over throughout the years. I've gone on an adventure with him personally through Greece twice, through the Peloponnese in the summer, and then again in October. Went through many areas, which will be covered on that tour. So you can go to explorabilia.co.uk/urbanist in order to learn more about going on a tour with Evan. Evan is the only person I deeply trust at the moment to give you a comprehensive tour of Greece. At the moment, he is a hardcore urbanist through and through, has been a viewer of the show, is a professional tour guide. He loves history, architecture, and generally the same type of stories I love to tell. And he tells them really well. And he tells them in amazing detail that you've seen in some of my videos and more are to be posted. So check out those tours if you want to join Urbanist in Real Life tours. I curated those tours with them. I went to these places and said to Evan and worked with him saying, hey, we should check out this. We should cover these walking tours. We should cover this historical landmark. We should cover this type of story. Show them this cafe. We worked on getting the perfect urbanist experience in real life. You won't find that anywhere else. So check it out. If you want to actually go on the adventures I've shown on live video in person, explorabilia.co/UK. I won't be attending the tours, but as I mentioned, Evan is the only urbanist at the moment I trust to give you tours in Greece. And I don't do it lightly. I wouldn't give this opportunity if I did not feel the utmost of confidence that the person will give you the urbanist experience in real life. And Evan is the most kick-ass person I met in recent years. And I'm so happy that we're partnering up on this. So check it out. I do get a portion of ticket sales, so if you do buy your tickets, yes, I do get a portion of it, so you will also be funding more videos, more content, more places around the world, and expanding urbanist possibilities and things that you can do in real life. So, all right, I'm excited. explorabilia.co/UK/urbanist. And you'll see Evan soon as well in my videos, again. Hey, Oleg says, is there a place where you consider urbanistic Pearl, like the best place for someone who's a diehard urbanist? Yeah, London, New York, a lot of big cities. So London, New York, but London definitely. London, if you're a fan of like haunted history, deep history. London is amazing. And then Paris and Rome are just magnificent locations. So right here we have Phil Rosenthal, who's one of my favorite food travel show hosts. This guy does an amazing food travel show on Netflix. Somebody feed Phil. I highly recommend it, and I'm glad he's here. He's also the creator of Everybody Loves Raymond, which was an amazing sitcom. I remember watching it a lot when I was a little kid. It takes place in Queens, New York. So he's a fellow Queenser. It's awesome. And I'm glad he pivoted to food and travel. So let's check out a little bit of this stuff. Chris says, anyone entice you to go where you haven't gone before? No, I haven't really chatted with much people. As Jenny, my friend, mentioned, it's very travel oriented, very sales oriented. So you enter a conversation, they're going to sell you hard. We will see Evan soon, says Nicole. Is this a hint? You will see Evan soon. And Evan is indeed in Europe. That's all I'll say.
How has travel changed for you?
How has it changed for me?
Yeah.
Well, when I was a kid, money, I sat the coach in the back, and now I lie down. I earned it, and I'm old. I need to lie down.
Well, that brings up the subject of airline food.
Okay, some airline food, especially, I don't want to disparage any American carriers.
We can disparage them all.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah.
But the international airlines, they're a branch of the tourism board, right? They're funded by the country, right?
Many days.
So they make sure that I don't know, you know, it's very nice to get a program on foreign airlines. Very nice, right?
And on the U.S. airlines?
Not so much.
No, unless you like Biscoff cookies.
It's okay. It's all good. Listen, when you're young, you can put up with anything. You see the coach, you suffer and suffer and suffer because once you're there, and then it's fantastic, and you don't have to have a lot of money. You can go to Paris, right? Stay in a youth hostel and have a baguette and a piece of cheese and sit in the park, and you're in paradise, and you're as good as anybody out there, right?
And then you want to lie down.
Well, I have to. Yes. In fact, I'll be lying down in all this energy.
Well, before we get to that part,
Yes.
when you think of food itself,
Yes.
you go to all these foreign destinations. Is food itself the language?
Food is this, I always say food is the great connector.
Common denominator.
It's a great connector. It's how, you can't kill each other for eating together, right? And everybody else in the world. So it's something we already have in common. And then if it's delicious, we're already happy. And if we share a laugh, now we're friends and we'll eat again. That's the whole point of my thing. That's what I love. That's my social life is eating.
Now, when you were producing Everybody Loves Raymond,
Yes.
did you ever envision yourself doing a show like this?
No. But the show has its roots in Raymond because I asked Ray Romano after season 1, I think, where he was going on his vacation, and he said, "I'm going to Jersey Shore." That's nice. Have you ever been to Europe? And he said, "No." I said, "Why not?" He goes, "I'm not really interested in different." I said, "Right there, we got to do that episode." He goes, "What do you mean?" I go, "We're going to do an episode where we take you to Italy with that attitude. You go as you, and you come back as me." Someone excited about travel. And it took like 3 years. Just to get Vincent to get on a plane, he didn't want to fly. He was a little afraid. But then we got to Italy. This arc of the character that I wrote, there he goes, reluctant to go, but then gets woke. I saw that happen to Ray Romano, the person. "Phil, have you had gelato?" Yeah, he was all excited. And right then and there I thought, this feeling of turning your friend on to something you love so much, that's the greatest feeling in the world. And I thought, what if I could do this for other people? So I stayed on radio all 9 years, and then, you know, the business of sitcoms changed during that time, and I needed to do something. And I thought,
You needed to get out of the house.
well, yeah, my wife wanted me out of the house, but I had this dream of this kind of travel thing, and you know, it took me 10 years to get the show on the air. Yes, 10 years. They don't just hand these things out. But I sold it first to PBS, and I sold it with one line. You want to hear the line? This is the actual line I used to sell the show. I said, I'm exactly like Anthony Bourdain if he was afraid of everything. Yes. And I guess it worked.
It did. And then you transitioned. So that only lasted one season on PBS.
Six episodes, but we won the James Beard Award for that show. Yes, very nice. And then here came Netflix. And I've been on there since.
Wow. Is there anything about your travel experience that you'd like to change?
I just want to keep doing it. That's what I tell Netflix. Just let me keep going. But they have money issues.
You want to explain?
No.
I didn't think so. Okay. But what advice would you give to everybody here based on your show?
I think I said it right. The world is nice. Save your money for this because it's worth it. And those of you who've done it already know that. And for those of you who's never traveled, who's here at the travel show as if you're at the zoo seeing exotic creatures? No, I want you to go to somewhere that, you know, sometimes it's great to go when you know nothing about the place. You saw a picture or you saw an episode of somebody being filmed, right? And you said, that looks good. Who's traveled because they saw an episode of my show?
Really?
This makes me so happy. That's everything to me. I know you liked it because what's not to like about it?
Exactly. How many people here have a passport?
All right, you're already in the top 1/3 of the country.
That's it?
2/3 of Americans don't have a passport.
They do not have a passport.
And I think maybe we'd be in better shape as a country if we all traveled more.
I can't tell you how many people I know who say, I got everything I want here in Kansas. I don't want to go.
Okay?
You know?
Good for them.
I remember seeing one guy on the strip in Las Vegas with his arm around his girlfriend at the faux Bridge of Sighs in front of the Venetian.
Yeah.
Saying, baby, I've been to Venice. This is better.
Well, there it is.
So, that's it.
I was in Orlando, and I was talking to the audience. I said, you know, they have the Eiffel Tower at Epcot, but you know where it's really beautiful? And the guy went, Las Vegas.
Yeah, I know. How many people here don't have a passport? Come on.
We're going to sign you up for one today.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
When you go to a country where there's a language issue,
Yes.
how do you deal with that?
I make faces.
Hello, Robert. Hello, Ron. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is indeed the Javits Center. Right now, we're seeing Phil Rosenthal.
Covers a lot of territory. And good news for us, a lot of people speak English. So we can be lazy.
So, in addition to the book, the Somebody Feed Phil book, there's a new book coming out.
Yes, I wrote a children's book with my daughter Lily. It's about a dad who eats everything and his little girl who doesn't eat anything. And it's called Just Try It. And that comes out the same week as season 7. Yes.
So what is she eating now that she didn't used to eat?
Everything. She now turns me on to stuff. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite food?
A favorite food? Yes, pizza.
Great, let's take pizza.
All right, so Phil Rosenthal is not playing a character on his show. He seems genuinely like a little kid bursting with joy in real life as he is on his own show. So cool guy. Let me know if you've seen his show.
You want to get a car? Oh, yeah.
Okay, so who wants to have a sit-down chat? Talk about travel, happy to answer any questions. I'll find a quiet place to go outside of the main conference floor. And I'll stick around for like 10, 15 minutes. Let me know if you want a Q&A, a chat. Ooh, Fukushima. Oh, things might got cut off there, but let me know if you want a Q&A or a chat. Happy to stick around for 10 to 15 minutes. Chat anything about travel while I'm here. More live videos to come at some point soon, so put on your notifications. And I'll be out and about, exploring new places this year as well. Hope to go to many new places, crossing fingers, everything goes well. And I appreciate everyone tuning in. So we walked through we walked the entire floor. We saw everything, quite literally. And now let's sit down for a little bit. Hi, it says, yeah, Ariel rocks as a traveler. Hey, thank you so much, I appreciate that. Hi, hope you're doing well. One beat says, Colombia, Argentina, Chile, I would love to go to all those 3 countries. I have not been to South America yet, despite Spanish being my first language. I'm fluent in Spanish. I haven't taken advantage of it, with the exception of 1 week in Madrid. So maybe I should go more at some point. All right, let's go walk outside. First up, I'll go to New Jersey. I'll travel to the great state of New Jersey. Maybe even venture as far down as Delaware. Let me know who wants a trip to Delaware. I'm gonna take this Delaware one. Let's see what's up in Delaware. Of all the countries here, I'm taking the Delaware for sure. Because the only way I would learn about Delaware is by taking it for sure. I don't think I would seek it out on Google or find like YouTube content out of it. So this is Jacob Javits Center, massive conference center. Huge conferences happen here. New York City Comic Con is one of the bigger Comic Cons in the world. Happens here. The boat show, which I think is happening right now. Let's see if we can catch a glimpse. There's a dog show here, but there's many other big shows here. Oh my God, Anthony, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. How you doing? I'm doing well. Oh, Chloe.
I literally said it. We were at the dog show.
I'm actually doing a live video right now.
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
Hey.
say hello.
Hey, guys.
How are you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
You came here for the dog show.
And then we're like, maybe we should check out the tropics.
Check it out. It's fun. Yeah. I got myself a cool brochure of Delaware.
Nice. This is awesome.
How long are you guys gonna stick around today?
We're trying to figure out.
I'm done like in 10, 15 minutes if you guys want to
Hey,
wait around for
let's
it.
do it. It's
All
a
right.
date.
All right, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Sounds good.
I'll text you. All right, have a good day.
See you, bye.
All right, 2 good friends of mine. I did not know they're not involved in travel nor social media, so it's a surprise seeing them here. It's awesome. Adriana says, Peru is also a nice country. I would love to go to Peru. Oh, there's so many places in South America to go. Hey, Joe says, you don't need any pointers when traveling. No, I am confident to say that no, I do not. I'm generally I think I got the gist. There are some areas around the world that I still probably need to learn from, or learn about. But I generally got these tours down pat. Janice says, I'm on my way to Hudson Yards. Hey, Janice, so glad you are. If you see me around, do feel free to say hi. I'm going to go downstairs. A bit more chill downstairs. It's a huge, huge center.
Outside.
Oh my God. Gorilla. Wow. So, I think I covered these guys once in 2016, but these guys make some kick-ass Korean-style burritos, and I thought they closed down. They did close down their major store in St. Mark's, which was their main location, and they used to be in a few kind of food stalls around the city. I haven't seen them in years, but it seems like they're back. This is awesome. I wish they were open right now. I would definitely grab a burrito. Oh wow, this is great news. Chill area. One beat says New York is up. No, it's pretty chill. Iffy Wi-Fi downstairs. Yeah, Janice, unfortunately. Nice. All right, bad service down here. Joe says, I remember when the center opened up. Yeah, when did it open up, Joe? Around what time? I covered the history of this once, but that was many years ago. And there's a coat check, nice, which is nice. Oh, but it's really full. Okay, thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you do well. Hope you're okay. Okay. Wow. Earlier today there was a lot of seats, but they're all packed. So many people here. I was hoping to sit down, but it may not be a possibility. All right, I'll linger around here. So, 10 minutes. Feel free to ask me anything about travel here all around the world. And let me know where you're watching from. Hey, are you hungry, says Adam. I am indeed hungry. Probably will go out for food. But where I want to go is a bit further out. So it's quite a walk. I want to say hi to my friends who are now exploring the travel show. Hey, it opened in 1996, says Joe. Yeah, oh, okay. Thank you so much for letting me know. 1986, quite a while back. Oh my. All right, I gotta see over here. Yeah. There we go. All right. Gotta see here by all these metal tubes. Hey, I remember in the 80s, 1986. Ooh, yeah. So Susie says, I used to go to Javits High School in the international beauty shows. Oh, cool. Excuse me. Okay, feel free to ask me anything about travel. Feel free to ask me anything. Happy about travel or about doing travel professionally. A few people asked questions before. Let's see who asked. Rosabelle says, it's good to see you again. What's the name of this place? This is Jacob Javits Center. Jacob Javits. And you can't store luggage here as like a normal tourist, but if you're going to a conference, they do have a bag check and they do accept large luggage. Yeah, they do. Equipment you're using, says one he. I'm using a DJI Osmo Mobile 6. The equipment is listed in the description of this video. A DJI mic for audio, and an iPhone 13 Pro for the phone, the video. The reason I use iPhone 13 and not the newest iPhone 15 is because iPhone 15 does not have a physical SIM card, which is a bit bad as a live streamer. As a live streamer, I need the physical SIM card because the way I get the best cell phone service from another country is by usually buying a SIM card. Sound is awesome. You're a good speaker. Hey, I appreciate that. How's the doc coming along? Janice, the doc is coming along swimmingly. So I'm actually working on multiple documentaries. They will all be posted on YouTube, Urbanist Exploring Cities. And Susie, as many of the patrons know, I do sometimes announce what I'm going to do soon. Susie's asking, how's the road trip going? Yes. So I officially will be on the road at some point soon. I won't tell you when, you just got to tune in. You'll see me on the road at some point soon. And yes, my friend Evan will be with me on the road. Where are we going? You gotta stay tuned. How we're going? You gotta stay tuned. Why we're going? You gotta stay tuned. But we're going. We're going to very interesting places. But yes, the documentary series is going well. I am filming myself a coffee documentary, and I'll probably edit that myself. Maria, who's my editor, based in Greece, and Katerina, who's our assistant editor, they're hard working on finishing the Athens documentary series, which will start releasing February 29th, 7 p.m. New York City time. Stay tuned. The official announcement will come. And February 29th, on a weekly basis for 6 weeks, you'll be seeing the Athens documentary series. A deep cultural look into Athens. Ancient history is just the first episode. And food as well in the second episode. But after that, we're going in territory that people really don't know. So yes, we're covering the places that people know about Athens, which is the Acropolis and the ancient history, and we'll talk a little bit about the ancient philosophers. You'll learn about them from locals, and you'll learn about the food, the long legacy of amazing Greek food. But after that, we're going into topics that are usually not covered in any other documentary series, usually not covered in typical travel shows, like Rick Steves or Anthony Bourdain or Phil Rosenthal do not go into these topics. One of them is about the architectural history of Athens, which on the surface may not sound too interesting, but of course if you're a viewer of the show, you are interested usually in those topics. Oh my, it is an epic story of what happened architecturally with Athens. It will blow your mind and make you see the city in a whole new light. So stay tuned. And we will, and not the ancient architecture, the modern architecture. Are you going to be thumbing your way across Route 66? I won't announce where I'm going, but you will be seeing me on the road. I've done a road trip very few times to Maine, and I've been on the road with my friend Evan for a few days in the Peloponnese and in Greece. So I've done very few road trips, and then in Scotland you also saw a road trip. So I'll be going on one of the very few road trips I ever take. What was the most extreme vehicle you've ever rode on? A speedboat through the harbor of Rotterdam. Oh my. That was thrilling. I cannot wait to do that again. Well, not Rotterdam. Probably will never go to Rotterdam again. Netherlands, yes, but not Rotterdam. Rotterdam, I found it incredibly boring. No hard feelings to any Rotterdammers out there. But I think the Dutch will appreciate my honesty and straightforwardness because that's how the Dutch are. so they won't take to offense. But speedboat, oh yeah, I'll do a speedboat in another harbor somewhere around the world. The second most interesting vehicle I've been on is the gondola ride between France and Italy during a massive snowstorm, which was captured on live video. John says, what about the Guggenheim? I have covered the Guggenheim 2 years ago. Check out that older video, 2021. I did a live video on the Guggenheim. I have a short video about the Guggenheim's architectural history. The speedboat in Venice was also an amazing ride. Yes, it wasn't quite an extreme ride, but definitely a mind-blowing, beautiful ride. That's for sure. Hyde says, oh yes, the Alps were amazing. Yes, they were. They were indeed amazing. Ride a sailboat from Greece to Egypt. Oh my God, that would be hardcore. That would be hardcore. I doubt I'll be able to live stream it. I'm not sure if there's cell phone reception in the middle of the Mediterranean. I was able to live stream a few ferry rides in Greece, which I was stunned that I was able to live stream. BC says, have you been to Poland? Not yet, but I'm very curious about Poland. Have you been to a speedboat in Malta? I haven't been to Malta. I would love to go to Malta. It's definitely on top of my list. Adam, great question. Mika says, I remember the speedboat in Stockholm. Stockholm was quite the opposite. It was a very slow moving boat. It was definitely very appropriate. It was a beautiful ride in Sweden, Stockholm. The Belfast tour bus is my vote, says Ron. Yes, let us know what is your vote. Ron, how are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. And the Belfast bus tour was definitely the most entertaining bus tour I've ever taken, due to the fact that it was the bus tour driver / guide's birthday, and it was the last tour of the day on, like, I think it was a Friday, and the guy just wanted to go home and celebrate his birthday, potentially just drinking, and I am not too confident that he didn't have a drink already. So this tour guide went blazing fast through Belfast, saying jokes about issues in Belfast, which is probably one of the cities I've been to in Europe with the most sensitive history, recent history, that is, that I would not dare joke about. But this man joked about these things. I don't blame him. That's the Irish sense of humor. I do not take any offense, but it was definitely very shocking jokes that were captured live on video, and it was he went very fast, maybe a bit dangerously fast, but it was certainly entertaining. Reggie says, what is the top place you've been to in your streaming life? In terms of live streaming, I think the best live streams I've done is Chamonix, France, seeing the French Alps and going by the highest cable car in the world to a 12,700 foot mountain and seeing the views of Switzerland, France, and Italy all at once on live video. As though I literally got up there and it was so cloudy on the top of the mountain, you couldn't see the views. And I was a bit bummed out. I was like, oh no, we're not going to be able to see the views. At least this is cool, we're on top of a mountain. But then the clouds parted. You can almost imagine the angelic choir singing as the clouds parted and we see the massive expanse of the European Alps from our point of view, all captured on live video. You know, this is why I love live video. This is why I love making contents for moments like those, moments that you cannot plan when traveling. This is why I don't like making plans, because I found so much value, so much serendipity and magic happen when I don't make a plan, when I don't try to force things to happen, when I have let go to the whims of the universe. Magic has happened so many times, over and over again. And if you've been a long-time viewer of my live stream specifically, because I cannot, a vlogger, a video maker, a filmmaker can easily lie about this or exaggerate or embellish it when you're editing. where you're telling a story. But there's no way I can do that on a live video. Stuff really has happened randomly, serendipitously, that has been magical, to say the least. Magical encounters with people, magical encounters with nature, interesting things happening like clouds parting, getting a spontaneous speedboat ride in Venice due to a local that was watching and called up a guide that she knows. You know, things like that cannot be planned. So Chamonix is one of my top. Venice would be a second. I think a very close third would be Rome. Rome, I think one of my best live streams was like that 7-hour live stream in Rome, where I started with a walk. I ended up in this weird area of Rome where there was barely public transportation. I was waiting for like 20 minutes for the bus. There was nothing around. Then I went all around the main center of Rome. I saw this musician playing in front of the Colosseum, who was amazingly talented, playing some of the top classic rock hits, and then culminating with me going to a restaurant, dining alone, which I usually do when I'm on a live video and I'm live streaming on my own. I just put the camera down and I'm talking to the camera, I'm having a meal. And then this family invites me to have dinner with them, and they're okay with me live streaming it. And I live stream this dinner with a group of people that come from all around Europe, hanging out together. All around Europe, hanging out together, and woo, that was amazing. So, and then there's been so many other great live streams: Ireland, Greece, amazing live streams in Denmark. You know, the list goes on. There's so many great live streams. Inwood here in New York City, says Janice. Yeah, I agree. Inwood was a great serendipitous live stream as well. Next time you're live streaming in a new city, let the dice choose if you go left, right, says Gary. I always do that in general. I usually don't plan a route unless if I'm doing specifically a history tour. Reggie says, I saw that video. Wasn't that in 2021? If you're referring to Venice, yes. And Rome as well. Chamonix was 2022. Yeah. Adriana says, oh my God, I need to see it. Yeah, do consider watching these older live videos. You know, I get it that live video for some viewers might not be too interesting for a replay, and that you might go and watch a vlog. But I can assure you, I've had such interesting experiences on some of these live videos that from my opinion, and the opinion of some of the viewers over here, beat most vlogs of those locations. Certainly that is the case for Chamonix. Chamonix, there's some fun vlogs about it. You'll learn about the basics of Chamonix, France. But my live videos at Chamonix is probably the most exciting videos on YouTube about it. At least that's in my opinion. What's your favorite content or focus? History and architecture, my two top favorite focuses. Food, especially if it's a live video, I like showing food. All right, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate everyone for watching and enjoying these videos. Thank you so much for tuning in. This was the Travel and Adventure Show. Highly recommend coming here. It is $19 for one day, $28 for 2 days. I had a blast, especially if you want to learn about a bunch of different destinations all at once. Chat with people who provide services to go to these destinations. I do recommend it. It's a fun time. And thank you to them for inviting me over and giving me complimentary tickets. I appreciate that. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be doing more videos soon. Stay tuned for the documentary series of Athens, premiering February 29th, 7 p.m. New York City time. And we will have a special live pre-event as well. So stay tuned. Keep being awesome. and always keep on exploring. Stay curious, my friends. Have a great day, everyone. Bye-bye.